Hi people, alright, Tun here. I just want to start off this video by just saying to you all, I hope you all are healthy, hope you all are staying safe. So just yesterday I got a flu, but thank God nothing serious. I've recovered just through one night of just medicine. But because of the crisis we're having right now, I'm just gonna be quarantining. I'm just gonna be staying home for the next 2 weeks or so, just to stay safe and stay healthy. And I hope you guys are doing that as well if you're sick. And I just want to encourage people not to go out that much at the moment because of the way things are right now. And at the same time, I'm not forcing you to stay at home, but just so that we are helping those frontliners and encouraging we just so that we are helping the frontliners more. I feel that we should do our part by staying at home. So I am staying at home right now. So yeah, that's all I want to say personally. Onto the video about night photography. I see no bars. There are no bars.
Director.
Must get the model.
Yeah. Our pretty model here.
So the question was, so low light photography, alright? How to get good at it without ruining quality with blurriness and ISO grain. Tip number one, I would say find a light source, alright? So since I'm talking about from a portrait photographer point of view, find a light source and place your subject or model near that light source and just shoot near that light source, because in a way that light source is already brightening up your model, so that way you don't have to crank up your ISO that much. I mean, it's simple said and done, but yeah, people don't generally have the idea of placing their models near a light source to begin with when they start out night photography or low light photography in general. So yeah, that's tip number one. Find a light source and put her around. And if you can't find a light source, right, I would suggest maybe buy fairy light, a material that can light up your subject. Fairy lights work so well in low light portrait photography. Tip number two, and I find that maybe people don't do this much and aren't aware of it much, but go back to your basics, alright? You can play around with your aperture and shutter speed. If you don't want to crank up your ISO that much, why not you just crank down your aperture and shutter speed. So basically what I'm trying to say that if you have a aperture, they can go down to the lowest aperture f-stop. Like if you have an aperture that's f2.8, great, just crank it down all the way up down to f2.8. Or better, if you have an aperture that's f1.4, then great, then low light photography solved. Then you just crank it all the way down to f1.4. And shutter speed is likewise for shutter speed. So if you are cranking it too high to not get the blurriness, like 1/250, and then I suggest you try to crank it down all the way to maybe 1/50 or even 1/25. And I understand that some of you guys have shaky hands like me, so I'll suggest bring a tripod so that you can click when you're at a very low shutter speed. Alright, so that is tip number two. But if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, go subscribe down below, hit the red button, and give this video a like if you've been learning something so far. Comment down below, and yeah, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram, tun_2x, and I'll leave some of the my friends' Instagram down below as well for helping me shoot the behind the scenes for some of the night shots which you have seen throughout this video. Alright, back to the tutorial. Tip number three, and I would say this is quite not the simplest tip I'll be giving you guys, but basically it's what I like to do. I call it layering and stacking. Alright, what does layering and stacking means is basically what I'll do is I'll take my subject, alright, if I'm doing a long exposure shot and my subject need to be in it, first shot I'll take her just without the long exposure. I'll just take her still as much as and I'll put the settings like 1/250 or even 125 so that I won't get the blurriness. First shot, that's the first shot. Click. Second shot, then I'll put her out of the frame and take my long exposure shot so that the light can come in. And because here's the thing, one thing I don't like is that the thing about long exposure shot is, and having a model involved, it's so hard for her to stay still, especially if you put on at 8 seconds. So try to so I like to do layering and stacking so that in a way where it seems like the model is still in focus while the long exposure is captured at the same time. So it's like a cheap method, but it gets the job done and it gets the image really good, and it's really more to the Photoshop side. And I wouldn't be teaching you guys about it today, but hopefully in the future I'll put out a video about layering and stacking. But that's it. You just take one photo, alright? Of course you need a tripod for this. You just take one photo of the model, right, at that position, then ask the model to move up, then you take another photo of the long exposure, then also the sound, then yeah, so then you stack them together and layer them out and stuff. And yeah, that's how I do low light photography / night photography. Tip number 3, stacking. Alright, that's it for today, you all. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like, share, and yeah, just share with a photographer if they need this video. Like if my tips were useful for you, hopefully it will be useful for someone else. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a safe and healthy lifestyle. What am I saying? Anyway, because of the crisis right now. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Have fun with photography. This is Tun signing out. Bye.